What is up, everybody? I'm No Lux Given here with live commentary week. Is this a thing? I'm not sure, but I'm back here with some more live coverage with Storybook Brawl or live commentary rather, live play-by-play. And we've got some options here. Ooh, I should load up the tracker as well. And what do we want to do? Well, Charon is probably the best hero if the whole goal is just climbing. If the goal here is to get into the top 4 so that we can try to get Mythic this month. So I think that's like a good way to approach this, and then if something crazy happens, it happens, which we have basically seen through almost every single game, I would say. So far, we're 5 games deep in this series, and spoiler alert coming if you haven't watched my previous 5 or 6 videos, but we've got 3 first place finishes and 2 second place finishes so far this season. And most of those, I would also say we've done some pretty cool and pretty crazy things. And while Charon doesn't particularly lend to doing anything super crazy, Polywoggle is a nice way to start because we get to give that some additional stats with our Charon buff, and that can always be fun. I think I like picking up Kitty Cup Purses as well because those generally interact pretty favorably with Charon, so I'm going to go for it here. I'm just going to fire off a Shrink Drink, pick up a Kitty Cup Purse, and lock onto this pair of characters here. And I will try to slay with Polywoggle here on 2.1. I think that'll give me a nice lead, and then I can pursue Econ on the kitties, and we'll see where we can go from there. But I think that that's a pretty strong start and pretty fun as well. Miri had the 2-2 Kitty Cup Purse already thanks to a roll of the die. So we did lose our first combat, and we will lose our second one here as well, but we get the Polywoggle Slay, and we get the Charon buff onto the Kitty Cup Purse, which is actually the way that we want that to happen. And I liked the Cindy, and I liked the 4 Glory, but I think we just gotta go for the Treasure and grab the upgraded Kitty Cup Purse. That's pretty good, and we could go Dark Contract. We could get a little bit silly with a Dark Contract even. Jack's Jumping Beans, pretty similar though, so it's kind of hard to pass up. I'm not sure. Could also go Piggy Bank, but I don't think we want to do that. I think I'm just going to go Jumping Beans and then pick up a Minotaur here. And I don't really want the Minotaur to get the Charon buff. I want that to remain on the Kitty Cup Purse or the Water Wraith, but we got some nice scaling and some nice econ right now as well. Oh, that's such a bummer when you play up against a ghost and then get trolled because of it. It feels like that shouldn't be how the game works, but that is what happens here. We don't get the extra gold, so if we had the extra gold this turn, we could Mix-a-Wizzle, pick up a Prized Pig and an Ogre Princess and just be in a fantastic spot. And now we can't do that. So that kind of smarts. I am interested in a few different things here, but I think we have to sell off the Labyrinth Minotaur and then like pick up Ogre Princess and pick up Prized Pig, something like that. I think we're going to be strong enough here as well that we can get away with a Prized Pig pickup because of the Jumping Beans. And while I do see the benefit of trying to grow the Water Wraith, I think that we should just be leading with our characters in order of importance of slaying with them. And Ogre Princess is one of the better characters to get the Charon buff on, as that continues to just give you more and more econ throughout the game. So I'm going to go Ogre Princess, then Kitty Cup Purse, and then the Water Wraith in this order. And this looks pretty dang good for me here. We will walk away with a win and the Prize Pig and all of our characters slaying. So a ton of bonus gold here to start some things off. Now I'm kind of eyeing up this White Stag just because of how it interacts with the Good Witch. That's probably right to do. I like Polywoggle. I also like Genie's Wish for some potential cheap XP, but I like Polywoggle and I like Wretched Mummy with the Charon. Let's fire off the Genie's Wish. I'll still have enough time to purchase everything else. And then we have to decide with this Falling Stars if we just want to get the Falling Stars onto the Polywoggle. And I think that that's probably better than going for the Wretched Mummy. I don't really need to win this combat. Okay. And then we've got the chance to pick up another Polywoggle and a Water Wraith. I kind of do like the Water Wraith, but I'm going to go Polywoggle Roll, and yeah, I'm happy enough with that. That builds us into an upgraded Polywoggle, which we'll try to complete on after we level up. Polywoggle is always a big part of my videos and a big part of doing cool things, and it's nice to show off some different interactions with Polywoggle, even if we are basically just playing Polywoggle in every video this month. I think that we can still manage to do some fun things there. Kitty Cup Purse going to not slay, and the prized pig is denied because of how that combat worked out. So that's a little bit awkward for us, but still feeling quite strong in this one. Though, yeah, it's hard to organize everything on the board. Maybe I'm over Kitty Cup Purse. I don't know. I think it's still good here, though. I think I'd like XP or Polywoggles at this point in the game. So I'm basically going to roll down for that. Another White Stag, though. How does that look for me? Water Wraith just continuing to be more and more awkward. Could pick up another White Stag. Yeah, let's roll, and let's complete on the Polywoggle. That gives me another Tier 2 treasure. Secret Stash again? Well, sure. Sure, that's just the theme now. That's just what we're doing. So I'm going to throw Polywoggle in slot 4. That allows it to be, I mean, it's just a bigger character than Golden Chicken. It allows it to potentially get attacked into, while still not giving me a huge likelihood that we slay with it. And I actually think that we're strong enough here that we're not cracking into the Secret Stash. But the idea is, like, next turn we lock into a Mix-a-Whizzle against Beauty, then we crack the Secret Stash and find the True Love's Kiss when we slay with Polywoggle next turn. Or we don't even need the Mix-a-Whizzle. We can literally just try to slay with Polywoggle and then get the True Love's Kiss action going on in the next one, and that seems pretty gravy. So we don't get the slay with Polywoggle, which is great. We are actually going to crack into Secret Stash here, as well as activate the extra gold from the Kitty Cup Purse, but not the prized pig. We might want to not worry about prized pig. We are playing up against Beauty this turn, and we can pump up the Polywoggle with the White Stag, or we can look for like a Blaze of Glory or something to activate it right now. Or we could look for XP, at which point we don't play for the True Love's Kiss this turn and just worry about it for the future. I don't have any other dwarves, so that's a little bit unfortunate, though I do see Fanny plus Greedy plus Falling Stars, which is just a lot of power and cash. Maybe we do something like this. Don't worry about the Fairy Godmother just yet. I'm going to fire off the Falling Stars, and then I think we pick up an Amy here as a ranged character. I think that that's strong, and we might want some strength. And I should probably just play... I really would like the Polywoggle to slay this turn, though I want to lead with this. So maybe I could just do this. Seems a little bit weird, but it's kind of like an interesting hedge where we're trying to be strong, we're trying to build econ in a few different ways, and then if Polywoggle can slay, then I'm very much interested in that. Now, we wind up giving a bunch of Greedy Gold to my opponent here, so that's a little bit scary. Greedy gets the Charon buff, though. That's fun. And this other Greedy is going to be kind of big, but Polywoggle gets the slay, so that's all I care about. Polywoggle gets the slay. We take 6 damage. That's a good trade for me. This gives me a Shoulder Fairies, which is not good with the dwarves that we have going on, but it is kind of cool with Water Wraith, and then maybe trying to grow this Ogre Princess in some capacity. So I'm going to see if there's something fun we can maybe do with this. It's a little bit weird to work everything out here, but thinking this is a pretty good start. Though Lady of the Lake, also kind of fun. Maybe we do it like this? I don't know. There's a lot of weird puzzles going on here. I was just thinking maybe putting some more gold into Greedy could be cool, but I probably should just do... You know what we could do, actually? We could go back like this. That's fine. And now some XP I think would be rather good, or a True Love's Kiss. I think either of those would be fun and are probably worth rolling for. No, let's not pick up that, because let's find one of those other two things. Again, let's roll. An Ogre Princess is good, but I don't know, I think we can just do better rolling. Should have probably moved the Lady of the Lake to support this Greedy. I think I meant to do that, but just kind of forgot to do so. Don't think it would have mattered there. Greedy continuing to get the Charon buff doesn't help the Shoulder Fairies, but eventually I am going to move out of Shoulder Fairies anyways, so it's not really a huge deal. We'll just beat him up for a little bit here. Lightning Dragon, not really where I want to be with Charon. Chupacabra is actually kind of cool with the Shoulder Fairies plan, but like I said, I think we're getting out of this Shoulder Fairies plan eventually here. Can't quite activate the, what's it called, Gingerbread Knight. So we're just doing some rolling down for now. Let's do a little bit more rolling. Yeah, I'm really just looking for those two spells, but I guess we'll pick this up. That seems fine and fun. So in order to purchase this, though, I can't quite get it this turn. I would have to sell 5 things, which would mean selling the Lady of the Lake plus the bench. That makes the Shoulder Fairies weak. Yeah, I can't sell any of these characters. I've put myself in kind of an awkward situation where I can't sell any of these characters, or the Shoulder Fairy is too weak. I could sell the Fanny, but it seems like we're trying to play to the Greedy of it all, and so I shouldn't sell the Fanny here either. So I'm just going to lock and sell off Good Witch to pick up Greedy, and then I will triple off on the Greedy next turn, and we can at least get some econ out of that and a tier 4 treasure. So that should be fun. My opponent has a really big Juliet. That's a little bit scary. We are going to get some Greedy gold, though, and Juliet trades with the Water Wraith. So I guess this is about as good as it could go here, especially as we continue to grind out some additional econ, and then my Shoulder Fairies will be able to trade with Juliet. So not a huge deal. We get the tie there, but we're still walking away with some bonus gold. So I like it. Now we are up against the Ghost, and we already know it's just a straight up Ghost, so nothing too crazy do we get to do here. Krampus's Sleigh is fine because we get to lock that for a turn. I don't hate the Sky Castle to triple Ogre Princess because, like I said, Ogre Princess is a good character on Charon, and maybe that would be a fun way to go. Krampus's Sleigh, I don't know, feels like it might be too early in the game for that. We haven't seen any treasure maps or anything particularly exciting, and we just played against the Horde Dragon. So yeah, let's go Sky Castle. Though wait a minute, no, we should take Coin of Charon when we're playing Charon. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the play. Shoot. Okay, the camera, no, it did freeze. All right, so I'm thinking, apologies for this. I'm just always constantly having problems here. And that's the worst part of doing live commentary and why I hate streaming and all that stuff. Let's see if we can find some XP while we're up against the Ghost. And this will make us level 6 next turn. I'm not even going to bother changing around my board or locking on to anything or even worrying about this Baba Yaga here because my opponent didn't have any characters. I guess if I remembered they had one goat, maybe I could have played around that by like frontlining a Lady of the Lake in case that could potentially die, though there weren't really many great options in order to activate that here. So not too worried about that. I'm just trying to look into a good boy strategy. That's basically what I wanted to do. Once you have Coin of Charon and you are actual Charon, I think that's a really good build path. I tried to play a good boy game yesterday and it didn't work. Could go Doombreath. That's not crazy here either. Maybe I'll try that out. Because we can play that. We can play this. Just going to move some things around here. Water Wraith I don't really need to play, and I do want to get greedy in here. I do like the Friendly Spirit. I guess it's actually just about the same amount of stats here. So we could play this. I did see there was another Ogre Princess there, but I'm kind of off Ogre Princess at this point. We didn't go for Sky Castle. We're trying to either grow the Doombreath to make a really big Doombreath or Friendly Spirit with good boy shenanigans. Don't really need Robin Hood for this. Also don't really need another Doombreath that's not really super helpful. Water Wraith, we're downgrading this turn in favor of Doombreath, but we're going to start growing that. And that'll make the Shoulder Fairies pretty big as well, and then just try to grab some additional econ off the greedy. I think that this is all fine. It's not super exciting, but I think we've got a few different potential build paths here with either just big Doombreath into River Wish Mermaid or something. Big Doombreath gonna be okay here. We get to take out the what is that called? I can see it on here. And then Vulture. I knew once I saw the art, it would jog my memory, but I couldn't remember the name of it without seeing the art on the screen. And we will definitely be losing this one, but how much by? 11 down to 16? Okay. Well, now we get another tier 4 treasure. But I don't think I should be wasting my gold right now on Friendly Spirits. I think I should be rolling for Good Boy or River Wish Mermaid plus Jormungand. Don't need Lightning Dragon. We could go back into Dwarves. We've been kind of being teased by Dwarves this whole time, but I'm just going to ignore the Dwarves of it all, and I will fire this off. Maybe this will give me some direction, and it's not terrible. Specifically because I can do that, which is cool. So let's do that for now. River Wish Mermaid on the Doombreath, probably also kind of cool. Sure. Yeah, let's at least pick one of these up. And I'll get out of the Kitty Cup purse. I'm just not close to playing that right now. And then I'd like to add Jormungand back to the board. Or not back to the board, but I'd like to add a Jormungand to the board at some point. Think that will be good. The Green Knight is not super powerful, like, in the end game, but it's really powerful for right now, giving us access to more stats on Greedy and Friendly Spirit and some cool potential down the line. But let's see how long it's going to hold up for. Really good attack there by the Doombreath, able to give us a nice 3-for-1, and then how far can this Greedy carry us? That's going to be the question here right now. To just get a little bit of bonus gold, I think is really all that we can ask for here. Unfortunately, that's going to give my opponent the win. And we take 8 down to 8. We can take it. Playing up against the Ghost again this turn. That's why I held on to this Piggy. Though I like all of my supports here. This is tough. I guess I cut the Green Knight for a turn. Actually, I just cut the Fanny. That's fine. Like, I want to double support on the Greedy, but it's also just free to play the Pig, so I should do so. Now, we could True Love's Kiss the Green Knight one more time. And I think that that's probably right to do. Okay, that is a little bit trolly. I'm not sure that I need that, considering this one's actually bigger. So this Doombreath is kind of a waste here now. I did play double Doombreath the other day and was like actively looking to do so. but I would really need Jormungand to make use of these. I mean, I think I do pick up the Baba Yaga in the hopes that we can maybe find the Jormungand here, though. Here is a pair of Empress Peas that we've tossed to the Green Knight, and a Medusa, though I'm not super inclined to go for that either. My camera's making noise, even though I have not touched it in 5 minutes, but that's a good reminder. Maybe I can try to get my camera on during this combat. Doombreath is going to slay, and so is my other Doombreath, so that's pretty silly. Camera's on for a moment. I have no doubts that this is going to die soon, but we do get extra gold from Greedy and Prize Pig, and the camera's dead, so sayonara. Into the top 4, though. Really, really need Jormungand, but these Doombreaths are somewhat scary. I do have to think that maybe we can do something with them. Yeah, let's sell out a Fanny. Let's pick this up. We're just going to throw that there for right now. Alright, I'd really, really like to find Jormungand, because I think that we're, like, close to dying. I guess, like, Pumpkin and Scam would be fine at this point, too, but we're just not gonna find it. So I do think that I probably want this River Wish Mermaid eventually, but I just don't really have the space for it. So I think I'm just gonna play this. This is a pretty terrible board. I could play Ogre Princess just off the small chance that that helps me find Jormungand, but I think that the stats from Friendly Spirit are much better, and honestly, I'm just hoping that these Doombreaths can steal a win. If my opponent is playing Court Wizard, if they're playing Romeo, either way, these Doombreaths can be good, and potentially can get us into the top 2 with this board, but we'll see if we are able to get the win. The Miri was doing well. Now they've got 3 treasures, so they've got at least 3 Miri activations. First Doombreath misses on the Romeos. The second Doombreath gets attacked into. And with that, we are done. And that's going to be it for me today. So a 4th place finish, definitely my worst place so far, though still a win. And one thing to consider too is we didn't have that great of heroes for this game either. So for that, being able to put together something nice with Charon, we tried a lot of things as well, and I think that's kind of the interesting insight that this sort of series that I'm now thinking it is can give, is that a lot of my games I just showcase the highest of high rolls, and I do think that's the most fun part of Storybook Brawl, but this gives some interesting insight because it's like, okay, I'm trying for high rolls, I'm using these True Love's Kisses, and you guys are gonna see typically on this channel we'll say 1 in 4 games where a game like this works out in like an incredible way, where the True Love's Kisses turn into good boys, and then I'm able to just win the lobby because of that. And this was nice to show, like, okay, in those instances where I'm not going for like or not able to pull off crazy high rolls, I can still put some nice stuff together that allows me to get in 4th place. I think there was some confusing stuff in the mid game here where I got the shoulder fairies, and then I was kind of forced to play these weird comps where I was like half dwarves. Dwarves are pretty good right now. If I had just gone full into dwarves with the Lordy, though a little bit slow potentially still, but I do think that dwarves are good just because of how fast Storybook Brawl is. Then of course that second True Love's Kiss giving me a totally redundant Doombreath, which is one of the worst upgraded characters to have. It's still a good character to grab early on if you can grab an early level 6 character, though as an upgraded character, I think it's one of the only level 6 characters off the top of my head that doesn't gain an additional bonus from being upgraded. Hercules arguably doesn't, though he's able to complete his quest a whole lot sooner. What else? No, I think everything else... I'm running through all of them right now in my brain, but I think that every other level 6 character gives either more of its effect or more stats or something else when you've upgraded it, except for Doombreath, which is just kind of, using the same ability on the upgraded and non-upgraded stuff. So not a super great one to get, and kind of struggling for Jormungand's, again struggling for Good Boys. Pretty similar video to yesterday's, where it seemed like we were doing some polywoggle shenanigans. They just weren't quite as powerful, and we don't get exactly what we wanted. Though if we were to combine yesterday's video and today, and have a Doombreath and a Jormungand in each video, instead of having double Jormungand and then double Doombreath, then we would have had 2 much better comps. But for today, that's going to be it for me. What I'm thinking here is, I don't know, it seems like people like the live commentary. I'm having fun with it still, so I think I'm going to stick it out. Maybe I'll keep going until I get not a 4th place. I know I said I'd only do 1st and 2nd places, but we're still winning. We're still climbing, albeit a little bit slowly on this video, but we'll see how far we can take it all the way up to Mythic. But for today, that's going to be it for me. So thank you very much for watching. I'm No Luck's Given. Peace.